TheGearTester here with a Range Report 3 on the Ruger SR22. I really appreciate the Ruger SR22. Its reliability and the shootability this particular pistol has. What could be better than one Ruger SR22? Well, two Ruger SR22s would be better than one. And I think the SR22 holds an excellent value and a lot of fun. I think it's a great pistol to teach a child or an individual who's new to shooting sports how to shoot. It's very little recoil, very easy to function, and very safe. A holster that we've been using, which I really like, and I showed it in Range Report 2 a little bit, is the Phoebus holster here. This is going to run you a little bit more or less than about $30. Probably with shipping included. This has the retention screw, so you're able to mess with the retention if you want it a little bit tighter or looser depending on your firearm. It's a paddle holster, so it just means it slips right down into your belt and locks in like that. And it's going to use these two lugs and this little thing there to keep it on your belt. Some people don't like these holsters, these paddle holsters, because they think that they're unsafe. Yeah, it probably would allow somebody to jerk it away from you, but this is a great holster to have on the range. And if somebody wants your firearm and is behind you, you're in a world of hurt anyway. One of the things that I do appreciate about this particular paddle holster is that Phoebus has included here this red insert. And I just thought originally, looking online, that was just a different colored plastic. But it's actually kind of it's not sticky, but it's grippy. And that's very similar to all their other holsters that they make. And they make them for a number of different pistols. Here is one for the Glock family of pistols. The Glock 26 is riding in it here. And you can see right there, we've got the paddle there. I think these are great holsters, especially if you're going to be carrying this holster, to have this same exact holster for your SR22 if you're going to be using it for a centerfire pistol. I also think that paddle holsters are great because you can transfer the firearm in the holster. So if we're at the range and we've been shooting, I can just take this off without taking the pistol out, put it on somebody else, and a new shooter then, or a shooter that it may not be new but is unsafe, has a place for the pistol to be. It has you can be shooting with the pistol, and then you can put the pistol away, and it doesn't get turned around. They don't shoot and then turn around and say, "Hey guys, look at that!" and muzzle everybody. So I really think a paddle holster is great because you can transfer the firearm and allow everyone to use the same holster and keep the gun disabled so that you wouldn't even be able to touch the trigger there. The Ruger SR22 is a great pistol. There are a couple things that I don't like about it, and these are things I can live with. One of the things I don't like about it, and the safety that Ruger has done is wonderful. It's very safe, but one of the things I don't like about it here is, see, this would be if there was a round in the chamber. There's not. The trigger would be engaged. It has the magazine disconnect. But what happens here is if you put this pistol away and it was in with a magazine and loaded, then you just drew it. It's just a hair trigger. It's just a single action trigger, like a revolver. When it's cocked, it's very light. That's good. But that means that you're going to need to drop this hammer. Okay, so I'm going to push the back here. And it's ambidextrous. I like that. But the reality here is that most pistols, like 1911s, other pistols, are going to use a safety that is swiped off here, and then you fire. And this is exactly opposite, because they're using this, if I can get this back, they're using this as a hammer drop, and that's safe to do with a live round in the chamber. What that means, though, is if you train with this or practice with this, I think the SR22 is a better practicing gun than training, because then if you go and you have a semi-automatic pistol that you're planning on using for defense, maybe even for hunting, and you go to fire that gun and you've just been shooting your SR22, you're going to bring that gun up and you're going to bring the safety off, what you think is off, but it's actually going to be putting the safety onto your firearm if you're moving the safety up to fire like on the SR22. So if you've been shooting this a lot, okay, you'd have the safety off here. You might even, and then you're going to take the safety off and you're going to fire, okay, with the SR22. Hope I'm being clear here, maybe not. So this is safety off, and now I can fire, and this is safety on. All other semi-automatic firearms that I've seen are exactly opposite. This would be safe and that would be off. So you can build up some training scars. So I would say use the SR22 for practicing shooting, but don't use it as a training tool maybe. And maybe I'm being a little bit worried about words there, training versus practice, but that's how I see it. Another thing I don't like about the SR22 is that this front sight happens to be polymer. And that's not a horrible thing, but I would wish that Ruger had included an aluminum or steel front sight. I think that would be better. Those are the two little gripes that I have on the SR22. Those are totally acceptable to me. I love the fact that this gun has a rail system so you could put a light on it. I think it's an excellent firearm. I would definitely recommend it to you, as well as this Phoebus holster. I think this is a great system to have at the range. Thank you very much for your views and your subscriptions. If you like this video, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I have over 150 videos on shooting, camping, and survival gear. This is the Gear Tester signing off.